Hey guys, welcome back to Bible Fun with the Nuns. Today we're studying Matthew chapter 6. Let's get started.
All right, in Matthew chapter 6, we find ourselves on day 2 of this journey of reading through our Bible again this year, and we're so excited about it. In Matthew 6, this is the second of 3 chapters as part of Jesus' larger message called the Sermon on the Mount. Now, it's covering a lot of different topics in this message. And so Jesus is talking about some things that are kind of unseen, some things that are totally seen, some things you gotta really kind of examine your own heart for, and some things you could call out easily, no problem. He's talking about things like praying, about fasting, about giving, about faking things in the spiritual life, and he talks a lot about hypocrisy. That word hypocrisy, John and I just talked about it. It's an old word that means an actor. So like when you watch a movie and you see somebody pretending to be a superhero or a doctor or a lawyer or whatever, they may not really be those things. They may be pretending, but it's not what they really are on the inside or in reality. And so that's what Jesus is talking about. He said some people will just fake being spiritual. Some people fake being holy. Some people fake honoring God, and they don't really do that. He's talking about money. He's talking about looking at things that you shouldn't be looking at, doing things you shouldn't be doing. He's talking about the right and wrong kind of ways to think, and he's talking about worry. I heard one guy say it like this. He said, worrying has never solved a problem, never dried a tear, never lifted a burden or removed an obstacle. It never makes bad things good or good things better. So why do we worry? I've always kind of enjoyed that. I think that probably what we're finding is that when you read through this Sermon on the Mount, Jesus is really focusing all of his attention on our hearts and kind of what we're going through. And what we're finding is that most of our biggest battles happen between our ears. They happen in the old brain right there, how we think and how we see things and how we react to things. And John picked up on a good bit of that. John, what'd you catch?
Okay, so I had 2 takeaways. My first one is verses 2 and 3. So they say, so when you give to the needy, do not announce it with trumpets, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and on the streets. Be honored by others. Truly I tell you, they have received their reward in full. But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Okay, that was my first takeaway.
And what's it mean?
So it means just don't be braggy, kind of.
Don't brag. If you're going to serve God, just do it for who?
God.
Do it for God. Don't try to put on a show. Just do it right. What else did you catch?
My second takeaway is verses 25 and 26. It says, therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat, drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Life is not more important than food, and the body more than clothes. Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they?
That's right. So what'd you get from that?
So, God, if he provides for the birds, then he will provide for us.
That's right. Let me ask you a couple of quick questions. How many birds you ever seen delivering the mail? Anybody?
None.
Okay. How many birds get dressed up in a suit and go work in an office every day?
0.
How many birds do you see out on a tractor because they're farmers?
None.
Okay. So if they don't do any of that, then they don't earn any what?
Money.
And if they don't earn any money, well, how do they get food?
God provides.
Okay. And so if God is going to take care of little old birds, who's he also going to take care of?
Me and you.
That's right. That's right. I love how when Jesus gives what's called the model prayer or the Lord's Prayer, he begins it like this. He says, our Father who is in heaven, hallowed be your name. Can we just end with this? That this is the summary of one of the most precious theologies we have. Our Father who is in heaven, hallowed be your name. And the theology is this. One of the most significant ways God describes his relationship with us, and even Jesus here, is that he is our daddy and we are his babies. And if he is our daddy, then we can trust him to be a great daddy and always take care of us. I like the fact that when you keep reading through here, he's comforting the heart, challenging the heart, but he's also making us examine the heart. After all, it seems to be here that the heart of the matter is always the matter of the heart. And so we just kind of want to end with this today. As you read through the Sermon on the Mount, what's the one thing that has your heart today? The one thing your heart is always going to listen to, it's always going to go after, it's always going to set up as important. What's that one thing? And if it's not Jesus, why not today, why not turn to Jesus and ask Jesus to be the number one thing, number one person in your life, and follow him with all you've got. Just love him that way. With all of your heart, with all of your mind, with all of your soul, with all your strength. Let's love him that way. We hope you have a great day and enjoy reading the Sermon on the Mount tomorrow. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.